Hey, Teresa here. I am out at Towne Landing today. This is my second take because my first one ended up being 10 minutes long, so I'm going to keep this one shorter. So Towne Landing, you can see a little bit behind here. I'll show you some of the waterway. Way in the back is the Ashley River. We are at high tide or close to it, so the marsh is full, and also a lot of the channels that you can take in and out to the river. And so they look like regular waterways. They are good size but not huge. You can take a nice sized boat up and through them. So Towne Landing is the earliest settlement, and it was before the other place where I showed you with the neighborhood. So I'm just going to walk around a little bit, and you'll see behind me, all of these are just recent additions to show people what it was like back in the early settlement. And so walk out here and you can see the house back there, and in a minute I'm going to flip it. Okay, so you can see in front. I'm going to walk around here and show you some of my favorite places. So this time I won't stop and talk as much, so it won't be a really long video. Up ahead of us is the fencing, and they built it like they would have when the first settlers came here to keep out animals, the wild animals and such. For protection, on the other end there are cannons. I'll walk up there another time because otherwise this will end up being really long. There's sometimes you'll see a few small little cannons or guns up in the fencing. They change that from time to time. So what is so beautiful around here? We have so many oaks, and they are filled with moss. The moss drapes down, and then where they have, flip it back to me until we get to there, sometimes where they have oaks on both sides of a lane or on both sides of a street, the avenue of oaks as they call them. And you will see that in a lot of big homes, the plantation homes and such. And we have them here, and if it doesn't take too long, because there's a little loop around here, I want to show you also one of my favorites. So this is kind of like the back roads back to the water and the marsh, and up in front of us it leads to the main house. Now, it was built in the 1870s, the Legree Waring House. There are a lot of weddings and all sorts of big special events that go there, but today it is often reserved for weddings. And let's see, so Towne Landing, 1670, before the settlement that I showed you earlier. And remember, there was just that little teeny bit that was saved. This is over 670 acres that are preserved for wildlife and just for people to come enjoy. Over 60 acres of gardens that they have. Some of them were originals with the 1800s, not 1600s. So a lot of the gardens, camellias, and beautiful, beautiful areas. And 60 acres of that we can walk around. There's a big loop and then other trails. That's 1.5 miles, and that's kept up. So it's open here. I'm going to flip this. This is just gorgeous. Instead of an avenue of oaks, this is an avenue of magnolia trees. I want you to see some of these. Look at those trunks. Look how big. These are beautiful, beautiful trees. I'd have to look at the plaque to see how old they are, but they are probably at least 100 years old, looking at some of these trunks. And then in between are camellia and other gorgeous flowers, flowering plants and trees. And so this is the avenue of magnolias. Go in so you can see it, and it is so pretty. So I'm going to wrap it up here for today, because otherwise I started talking and it ended up being 10 minutes, and that was not the idea. Then my hair's all crazy. There we go. So from Towne Landing, and I will go around other times and show you some of the beautiful areas around here. But a lot of acres, will take too long to be covering it. So until next time, this is Teresa, and bye.